Shields up, Iron Breakers. Welcome back to another edition of the Kast. I'm here with FightinCowboy and Oroboro, and today we're going to be talking about the Duskbloods after all of us having played the network test. How are you doing, gentlemen? Let's start with Cowboy.
Pretty good. I'm coming fresh off of my birthday. I accept birthday wishes in the form of money and sexual favors, preferably in that order.
Okay.
But I'm doing pretty good.
How are you doing?
The sexual favors, that was actually directed specifically at you, Rory. I don't know if you caught that,
specifically
but,
at me. Well,
yeah.
we'll do a private call after this and we can sort that out. Don't you worry about that. I got you.
I'm scared. I'm scared. That's all I'm doing. I'm scared.
Are you okay?
No, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. You know, Cowboy gets a little a little funny near his birthday. You know, you gotta keep a wide girth.
Wait,
speaking of girth,
sorry, a birth. Sorry,
I got some wide girth for you. You don't fucking worry about that.
Oh,
Freudian
man.
slip. I'm sorry. You know what's on my mind, man? Cowboy starts talking about that stuff. It's not my fault, dude. Come on.
It is what it is. He's a girthy boy. What can we say?
Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Okay, so at this point, we all got to play the Duskbloods, and I wanted to get just like your overall impressions from both of you. I guess we'll start with Oru, since he actually got to go over to FromSoftware headquarters, hang out, do all those crazy things. Like,
That's right.
What was your impressions? Tell us.
Oh, so FromSoft headquarters was amazing. Going to meet Miyazaki and Katawa was amazing. They were super nice. Like getting to talk with Nintendo about the game and experiencing in their headquarters for the first time was like, it was awesome. The game itself, obviously, I love it. I'm PvPer. This, I think, sort of caters more towards PvP than PvE, but I also see a lot of people like being very divisive on it, like for obvious reasons, because it feels like it satisfies no one crowd. But if you like the overall package of like Souls games, like the PvE and the PvP, you're going to love this game. But not a lot of people do that. Usually people like one or the other. So that's like my main concern with the game. But personally, I love it. It's like my dream game. Like I wanted them to make something like this with their unique multiplayer elements for so long. So yeah, that's my initial feelings, is that I love it.
How about you, Cowboy?
I would say so right now I would say I was like a 4 out of 5 on anticipation. I think after learning the map more and spending more time, I'm definitely at like the 5 out of 5 on the excitement scale. I'm still disappointed it's a Switch exclusive. I do think part of it, the first time I loaded in, graphical fidelity I thought was actually like strikingly low, and someone mentioned you had to turn off 120 hertz mode, which I did. That did help. So I think the Switch 2 was trying to like dynamic resolution at a harder or a higher frame rate, and as a result was lowering the resolution down. So with that off, I think resolution is at least passable, but even then there's like a little bit of an input lag. But I was talking to Oro about that last night. I think the controller I have is just a little funky. So it's like there's lots of little things that I'm getting past those, and I am enjoying the game. It's weird. It's weird in like this, like there's a lot of different activities going on at the same time. You know, we're trying to get your virtue, get level up your kin, level up your weapon. And so it does kind of elicit that Night Rain feel. And similarly with Night Rain, when I first played Night Rain, I did not like it. I was very much this is a miss. And then they did a lot of patching, got it in a really good shape. I ended up enjoying Night Rain a ton, got like 500 hours played in it. And I'm getting kind of a similar feeling here. Like there's certain Bloodsworn that I'm like, oh, I'm really enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. And I feel like as I play more of it, it's going to continue to grow on me. So right now I'm in the pro Duskblood camp.
I'm still a little bit in the middle, mostly because I only did 2 sessions because a lot of the sessions were super late for my time. It was like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, I'm not staying up until 3 a.m. Like, I really want to, but with kids and all of that and summer break, it's going to be insane. I'm not going to be able to do anything the next day if I do that. So no, I can't. So I did 2 sessions. And what I notice is that this is one of those games that you go from 0 to 100. You're either having an absolute blast and you're getting virtue for everything you're doing and everything is going super well, or you're getting no virtue whatsoever, and then the scream comes down for the phase shift, and it's like, you've been called, goodbye, go away. You're done. And I'm just like, wait, what? What just happened? You'll be midway through combat and then just get booted off.
We had that happen yesterday when I was talking to Oro. I was so distracted trying to get my weapon leveled up. And I'm like, man, this is really bad night 1. My weapon's like level 2. I'm only up to like level 6. And I was like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this. And I got so distracted on the weapon. It was like night 2's coming down and I'm sitting at 0 virtue. And it's like 90 seconds left. And I'm just getting to what is it? The pledge zone, where like the pledge in PvP. And I'm just like, oh, I can battle this out. I can battle this out. I can do this. Just the 11th hour trying to pull yourself back into the game. I'm like, that's not going to happen.
I think it's sort of fun though, because it makes for like a risk versus reward mechanic, you know, like if you want to sit and like upgrade your character and like risk it all for the last second virtue, you can do that. Like that's sort of how it's balanced out. I feel like, in terms of game design, you know, there's places you can go and you can pick up virtue. And you can obviously like kill PvE for virtue and stuff.
Yeah.
But you can power up your character too. So you can focus on like giga powering up and then just murdering everybody in the pledge. But it's like if you die one time, then you're out. So it's just like, I like those risk versus reward decisions that the game lets you make personally.
I do like, though, speaking on like outs, I think that's one thing, because I did like back in the day, I did a shit ton of PUBG. And so that was my one concern going into this, was like, I've done a lot of, I've done a lot of Battle Royale already. Is this going to click? But the fact that it's round-based elimination based on your score, as opposed to like, oh, you died, you're out. I do think that is in its favor. Like if this, like, could you imagine if this was just the second someone kills you, the round is over? I think this would be not nearly as good as it is.
That's what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, the fact that you can kill people and then they I'm gonna come back for this guy. This motherfucker killed me. I'm hunting him down. Like that is a selling point for me, because I'm like, oh, the fights are back and forth. If it was just like, found him, ganked, you're dead, I think a lot of people would bounce off of it. I think I would probably bounce off of it, because I think when it's zero sum like that, like nothing is worse than playing a battle royale. You have this crazy run, you're getting all your stuff, and then you get like third party, and it's like, well, you just wasted 20 minutes doing fucking nothing. Congrats. Like that feeling sucks. That is not a good feeling. And obviously it's the inverse when you win and you're like, yeah, I did such a crazy run. But I think I'm still getting the highs from winning rounds here. But because it's round based as opposed to elimination based, it doesn't have the same lows. So I think that's the biggest thing I think it has going for it, in a genre which I think is kind of a little bit dated. I think we're shifting away from battle royale in general. We see a lot more like extraction these days.
I actually had someone who, for some reason, like they were just really upset, and in one of my rounds, they just kept coming after me. It was the same guy. I don't even know why, because like I was running around, I picked up my kin. It was literally at the start of the game. I picked up the kin.
You could have been sworn enemy. If it flagged, so you get, did you do anything with the sigils, Rui?
I didn't do anything with the sigils. I want to get like a specific moment where we go deep into the sigils, but it's like, when you're a sworn enemy, is it not reciprocal?
For you, it's just some asshole trying to kill you, I want to say, right, Oro? Like
so it lets you know that somebody's after you, and I don't know if you get rewarded for fending them off.
I'm trying. Well, no, we ran into each other the other day. Did it tell you like, oh, this guy had you as a sworn enemy?
It's like on your screen, sworn enemy is nearby. It's like warning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This was not it. I did not have that on my screen.
Okay.
Dude just wanted to kill
a psycho.
Who was killing you? Was it a Bloodhound Jan?
No, it was John Duskbloods, Albert.
Oh yeah, if you didn't get anything, then yeah, it was just that we call those are the glue eaters. This was one of my biggest complaints, the amount of glue eating in this game from people that have like, so there's a fairly like I'd say it's roughly half and half with the amount of like, hey, this character leans more towards co-op and alliances. This character leans towards thirsting. And like the goofiest one is the senator. The senator at least had the love, true love or whatever. But like, you don't have to form an alliance with a person. You need to find a person. You need to walk up to them and do an emote where you raise up flowers and you offer them flowers. And like, it's a very non-hostile emote. So like, I'm running up on people, I'm dismissing my summon, I'm getting down on one knee, and you still have these people that are like, oh, this person gotta fucking kill him. And it's like, brother, like I'm literally kneeling down, handing you a fucking bouquet. Oh, he's gonna hurt me. I'm like, all right, fucking whatever. I guess.
Poison
yeah.
flowers.
No, they're just scared of commitment. They're trying to kill you because they don't want to get married.
That's what it is. So like that's the biggest thing that concerns me though. I think like as more people play and I think more people realize like, oh, you know, the old man, he likes to, if he's proposing that gets us both bonus points, because you get bonus points if like for killing your sworn enemy or allying with like your long lost friend or doing the requited love and all that. Those do get you bonus virtue from what I was understanding reading through the thing.
They sure
so it's
do.
like it's just people not being aware of how the game works, and I think that's a big thing. Is it's too early to have that in place, but that's going to make a big difference in how matches flow. Because you shouldn't have people that just thirst you for the sake of thirsting you.
But before we jump into like these types of specifics, I wanted to, you called it a battle royale. Is that the same way that you would describe the genre of the game, Oru?
Yeah, it's closest to a battle royale, 100%. It's so weird though, like just saying it's a battle royale, just putting it in one category is so hard because it's such a fucked up weird game. You don't have to interact with PvP at all in this game, period, unless like somebody attacks you and obviously forces you to, and you can still make it to the top every single game. Like that is a for sure thing. Like you can literally ignore other players, like run away from them, try to, but I think in this game you're gonna have to fight back.
You can, dude. There's
a lot of jumping.
If somebody wants to run, it is it's very easy for someone to just haul ass and be like, nope. Like you're just jumping, bounding over cliffs. Like, cause you might get them eventually, but like, it's not like if someone's trying to run from you in PUBG, like, all right, you're getting caught in the fucking back with a sniper shot. Car 98, you're going down. Like the ranged weapons aren't like that unless you're playing Layla. So outside of Layla, like trying to, like somebody that clearly does not want to fight, if they're fucking booking it, it becomes an equation in your head. So it's like, okay, I might be able to chase this guy down, but do I really want to waste 3 minutes chasing this guy down who doesn't want to fight, losing out on the virtue I could be getting, the levels I could be getting? And the answer is an emphatic fuck no. That's a terrible idea. I should be, that kill is not going to offset the amount of time I'm wasting chasing this asshole. So unless people want to fight, just from like a leveling perspective, I'm like, no, it's not. I'm not chasing. I can't chase. It's the same as like trying to fight a boss on like night 1. Like, why are you doing this? If you don't kill this boss, you've just fucked yourself for round 2 and round 3.
Yeah.
I have an alternative for Cowboy's perspective. So for me, I would focus on weapon upgrades. Day 1, I would max out my weapon, and then I would murder everyone I saw, and I would kill them so fast that they wouldn't have time to run. I would roll catch them because they panic roll away. Most players do. Yeah. And you'd be able to kill them super fast, and it was just a free power up.
I mean, but that's after you've done your upgrades. I'm talking
of course. But
like we were going flame virtue.
That's phase 1. That's phase 1. I got my weapon max.
Phase 2 and 3. I think I think it depends where I'm at. Like if I see people, I'm gonna kill them. But if somebody takes off, if they're just hauling ass away, I'm not gonna expend the time to chase. Is more.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Like if they get away, they're gone. It's just a
I'm not chasing. I'm not bounding off the map after you, unless this is like a you have the Starstone on you, or you're a sworn enemy or something. Like if you're just a fucking random, you are not valuable enough for me to hunt down and kill. Like I need to be getting, it's I guess virtue brain. I'm like, what is the reward for killing you? Is that worth chasing you? If no, then fuck you, I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
Well, the power up is also RNG that drops from other players, so it literally might be nothing. It might be nothing that you want. So also a total waste of time.
Do you always get power-ups for killing other players? Because I feel like you don't always get them. Sometimes
I don't.
you do.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it was sometimes. I know if you kill somebody in a virtue zone,
Ritual site, right?
Ritual site. That's the term I was thinking. In ritual sites, I want to say yeah. But from what I experienced, at least there were times where I killed bosses and I didn't get a thing, and I was like, okay, that kind of fucking sucks.
I think it may have been bugged sometimes, but also on spawn, I know that people didn't give you virtue if you killed them on spawn. It was sort of messed up, but yeah, I was trying to spawn kill people and they didn't drop any loot, so I was like, okay, I'll let you go.
You can get virtue from people? That's another thing that I didn't see happen all that often.
So only in the ritual sites, they do not drop power-ups. They give you sword virtue instead.
Okay, yeah.
So murdering people in the ritual sites is the one time it's like, okay, this is super valuable. Yeah. So that's where the PvP starts.
For people that haven't gotten to play Duskbloods or maybe are wondering, these guys keep talking about virtue, upgrading weapons, all of this stuff. Yeah. There's two distinct things that you got to focus on when you jump into a Duskbloods match. One of them is powering up your character. You power up your character by leveling up, which gives you access to your skills and stuff like that. And you can also upgrade your weapon by finding like these, I don't even know what to call them, forges? These like mini altars?
Altars, yeah.
Okay. You find these altars and you can upgrade your weapon and you can change the affinity of your weapon to like poison, fire, or something along those lines. That's kind of like what we're talking about. So you need to level up, and then separately you need to do things that also get you virtue, because virtue will work as a filter. So the game is divided into 4 phases. In phase 1, as far as I can tell, nobody gets eliminated, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
That's correct.
Phase 1, you're safe.
Yeah. So phase 2, basically whoever has the least virtue, the 2 players with the least amount of virtue, which will also show up as red on your virtue counter, assuming that you have 1 or 2 virtue will show up as red. Those players will get eliminated. Then in phase 3, the 3 players with the least amount of virtue will get eliminated. 2. And then phase 4... Did you say 2?
No, is it 3? Let me see.
No, it's 3.
It's 8.
It's 3.
8.
It's 3. Right.
2, 3.
It's 2, then 3.
Yeah. And then in phase 4, the 3 remaining players go in, and it's a big PvP battle royale between the 3 players. I think you have to kill 2 of them in a row or something like that, because it's not as simple as just killing the other players, because they can still come back.
Yeah, you have two lives in the final circle. You have 2 lives that you have to get through. So you got to kill them and then kill them again.
Quick note is that it's not always a PvP deathmatch. It'll be like a PvE co-op big battle, like 3 people versus 1 big boss in the full game. It's possible to do that.
Yeah, so they didn't, obviously we didn't have that in the beta. How would that calculate? Just who survives is going to be on damage attributed to the boss? Like, I'm curious how that's going to,
I mean, I'm assuming,
I'm curious too.
I'm assuming that right now, even when you're fighting like the trespassers and stuff like that, I'm assuming not everybody's getting the same virtue, so it probably depends on damage dealt to the boss.
No, yeah, well, and it also depends on staying alive. This was one of the things we were talking about the other day. Is if you're like, if I see you're fighting a boss and then you die, I finish the boss, you ain't get shit. I get it. If you're not there when that boss dies, I'm like, good, thanks for doing my work. I'm set.
That's tough. Gotta get good. But those are kind of like the 4 phases that you have to go through. And so it's very important, like in the first phase, that you focus on EXP and upgrading your weapon and all of that stuff. And then in phases 2 and 3, then you have to split between getting EXP and getting virtue, which is one of the most important things. Oru, can you run us down with some of the best ways of getting virtue for people that haven't played the Duskbloods, please?
Absolutely. So number 1 best way, in my opinion, to get virtue, just for like a new player or honestly in general, is just go to the flame virtue sites. They appear on the map. There's like a purple icon. So you go to those and you can do basically a collectathon where there's like a bunch of dead people in chairs and you like pick up the flame virtue off their corpses, run around and grab them. There's a couple of different spawns in each zone. And I think people are going to start to get really, really clever with this. They're going to learn all the spawn points. They're just going to run around and grab them as quickly as possible. And it's like
that's going to be the meta, I think.
2 virtue for little guys, 6 virtue for big guys. Eventually it gets to 9 virtue towards the end. They're beefy and it's just easy. You know, you don't have to do anything. So I think a lot of people are, going to start going to these flame virtue sites and just going crazy doing a collectathon. Is that super engaging gameplay? No, but I think it's cool because it's a safe way to get virtue, and I think a lot of players will gravitate towards these.
How else can you get virtue?
You can get repulsion virtue by killing the PvE enemies, the trespassers and greater trespassers, they call the big bosses. When you start fighting them, it calls like people in the area to come help you. They can accept or deny. And these bosses are tough. They're really hard, especially if you don't really know what you're doing, if you don't have your skills upgraded.
Night bosses and or world bosses from Night Rain, I'd say it feels comparable to that. Like there's different levels to them.
Exactly. Like there's some baby ones that are like pretty easy to solo, and then there's some big ones that are like, oh god, please someone help me. Maybe I'm just bad at PvE, but some of them are really nasty. They were super fun though. I enjoyed that part. And the repulsion virtue you get from them is like definitely not as good as just picking up flame virtue. Like you only get like 6 from like killing a boss for like an hour, it feels like, and it's like, oh. So if you don't kill them quick, it's sort of a waste in terms of virtue, but they drop unique passives, the stronger enemies, that you can only get by killing them. For example, there's a boss called Vampire, and he's the only boss who drops his special passive that gives you life steal on hit, like literally life on hit. So really strong.
That is strong as well. I've also noticed that sometimes you can get virtue from even small enemies. Like they'll randomly just drop you 1 virtue for just killing, normal dudes.
Yeah, just any guy, any little guy will have a chance to just drop 1 virtue. But the best way to get virtue, and the final best way to get virtue, is the ritual sites. Like you phase at end of phase 2 and 3. Like you said, the ritual sites spawn, and you have to get there. Like ideally, you should be there before it even appears. So stop what you're doing. You can always see when it's coming on the clock. There's like a little dot, and you go there and you prepare. You kill everything you need to in the path. You wait at your stone that you prefer, gold stone or red stone. You could get gold stone, then switch to red stone. You can only have one at once. Gold stone increases your pledging when you're like capturing the territories, and red stone is for PvPing when you just want to kill people in the ritual sites. So I do a healthy mix of both, because most people don't really go to the ritual sites so early yet, but I think they will. I think people are gonna get smarter, and they're gonna be like, oh, there's a lot of virtue here.
I mean, I would argue that the ritual sites, honestly, it dictates for the most part who is going to be in your final 3. Like 2 of the 3 people in the final 3 were usually people at ritual sites, just because you're getting. So I think the big thing to mention too is that you have either pledge or sword while you're there, and so it's like first you gotta grab a plinth, and you can either grab one that says you're going to earn more points from playing King of the Hill, or you're going to earn more points from killing people. And then there's also the pledge itself, which is like the King of the Hill type thing. You go there, you acquire that pledge like it's a whole active cast, and then after that, that's your pledge. Now, if another player comes up and holds the thing and does the whole, it kind of looks like the clockwork animation from Bloodborne, honestly. But if you let another person do that, okay, that's their pledge now. And so you need to basically, like I said, King of the Hill, you got to hold that. You don't let other people grab it. And then you can either get points for just holding if other people aren't doing it, which is the gold, or if you take the red plinth, you're getting bonus points every time you kill somebody. And so it's, it's weighing the situation, what's best at any given time, and figuring out how to kind of min-max your points in these scenarios.
I was actually curious as to what the golden one was doing, because for a while I thought, oh, so the golden one is if I kill PvE enemies near the thing, but so it's just for holding it. For just doing the pledge.
Well, it's you get more points with that one. More is it a pledge, right?
Pledge virtue. Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, you're getting more pledge virtue if you have the gold.
Okay. So the ritual sites is also a good one, but there's one that kind of like changes as you are playing through the game, which is is Beast Claw or whatever it is. I think it has to do with
commendations.
Yeah, the commendations. That's
the commendations.
That's
Yes.
weird.
Yeah. Well, that one
and collectors.
Yeah, one for the person that picks up the most goodies on the map. Well, actually two. There's a first and a second place for that, I think.
Yep.
So you get it's honestly, it's like fucking Mario stars in Mario Party. You get one for being
Mario
the person.
Party.
It is. You get one. Hey, you killed the most enemies. Here's a star. Hey, you collected the most shit. Here's a star. And then there's all the other activities. And then there's also the world spawns. Like, hey, if you ring the bell, you get a star. Oh, hey, you grab the little thing that fell out of the sky, you get a star. And so
events are great.
Those are events. Those are the special events. Yeah.
Yeah, RNG events.
Yeah, we'll get to those as well. Before we do though, I wanted to briefly touch up on alliances because I only did one alliance the whole time, and it was
so
really
good, dude.
really bad for me because it was just a random person asked me for an alliance, and I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, we'll share virtue. This will be great. I haven't done alliances with anybody. And then he just proceeded to not do anything the whole match. So it was like I was doing this match with a boat anchor attached to my ankles. And I'm like, what the hell, bro? I'm only getting half of the virtue and this guy just keeps dying on repeat.
You're still getting full virtue in that circumstance. Like you still have
ritual sites, you don't.
Well, you're both getting stuff in ritual sites, but you both go up simultaneously.
It's half, dude.
Is it half? Are you sure?
Yeah. It might be even less actually. I think it's half. We were told it's like a huge split.
So wait a minute. So the other stuff,
I just had good teammates.
The other stuff you still get like full credit for. So like if I light a candle, do I get full credit for that? Because I noticed my virtue was really low when I was doing this alliance. I don't know why.
I think it's only at the ritual sites where your virtue is shared.
Okay.
Because it's like, you gank the hell out of people, right? And there's two of you, so you're able to capture the territories and kill people easier. That makes sense.
Did you guys experiment too much with alliances? I guess we'll start with Oru and go ahead.
I joined some alliances. I usually didn't. Because I just like going solo. I'm greedy. I like killing people and getting all the credit for it. I feel like I don't need too much help. But alliances are really powerful if you're like not so good at PvP, right? Especially if you want to go to the ritual sites and like actually get something for them. You can gank the hell out of people. I've been super ganked by like two guys, and it felt like I could do nothing because ganking in this game is extra powerful.
Oh yeah,
for multitude of reasons. But yeah, I think for alliances, it's worth it if you ally with a good player, right? And sometimes you can like tell someone's good and be like, okay, yeah, they're a gamer, yeah, let's add him, and then you're in the money. Then you guys are going to be good. But most of the time, if you just ally with like a random, you never know what you're going to get, So,
how about you, Cowboy?
I did. So I was queuing up 4 alliance matches where it's like at the start you're put into duos.
Bloodbound Alliance or whatever it was called, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
I did some of that, and then I also did like random alliances with people I found. And it's like Oro said, there's a little bit of RNG. You might get somebody that eats glue, you might get somebody that really knows what they're doing, and that's obviously going to impact it. Probably the biggest thing I like doing with alliances at least is like there were certain people, like if I was playing a Layla and I saw Zork, I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's link up, because there's obvious synergies you notice early, and so I was seeking those out. But for the most part, I had a really good time with alliances. But I also think it's my play style. Like night 1, I'm very focused on. I would go Cathedral a lot, so I would grab that large flame virtue and then just focus on killing shit and grabbing weapon upgrades. So the end of night 1, I'm sitting there with a weapon that's like level 3 or 4. I have 10 or 11 virtue just from like flame virtue and killing random things. I have a solid amount of experience. And so whatever my teammate was doing, I frankly didn't care. So there were a lot of alliances where at the end of the round, I'm up at the top and bro is in like 5th or 4th place struggling to catch up. But it was kind of nice because what I started doing a lot too is I would be fighting through content and then I'd be like, okay, I'm done this, and then instead of fast traveling, I would just warp over to where what's my partner doing? Oh, he's over here fighting stuff. Cool. All right, I'll help kill this too. And then obviously there are other times where it doesn't work out as well. Like we had one where we basically had to go to the ritual site, and I was like, fuck, I don't know where he's at, and I teleported to him, and he's just over in the cathedral dicking around killing basic enemies on like night 3, and I'm like, okay, can't do anything here.
Basic enemies on night 3 is absolutely crazy. That's not really a good use of your time. Yeah, absolutely.
No, it was not. Yeah. So it's a luck of the draw, but I think the biggest thing is, I think for like launch, like queuing in a party, queuing as a duo, I think is going to be insane. I think we're going to see, I think some of the sweatiest ranked will be fucking duo queue.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
I'm looking forward to that a lot.
So right now we have the queue you can go in as standard, which basically allows people to do alliances mid-game. You can queue as no alliances, so nobody can make alliances and it's always free for all. And you could queue as bloodbound alliances. Or did you get any insight as to whether or not we're going to get anything else in terms of how we queue in the final game?
Nope, we're not getting anything else except ranked. We're getting ranked. We know that for sure. But aside from that, I don't think they're playing on trios or anything. I did ask, but yeah, no, I don't think so.
I honestly love duos in games, because like for a while I did the whole like squad thing, and then we started seeing more trio things. But like it's just easier. It's easier to have one buddy than it is to have 2 buddies or 3 buddies. Like finding one other person and being like, hey, let's play a game. That's infinitely, especially like at our age, trying to get fucking 3 people in their 30s and 40s to have a schedule that links up. Like that shit does not happen.
Speak for yourself, Grandpa.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how old are you, Oro? When Cowboy said at our age, he was just talking about the 2 of us.
Yeah, I was like,
he is not that much younger. You're like what, 35?
34, yeah. So really not too big of a difference.
Yeah, you're if you're old enough to just you sleep funny and wake up and your back hurts, you're old. That's the metric we're going with.
I'm old.
There you go.
He's he's washed now. He's unk status.
I actually am. I'm officially unk, and so are you.
I embrace my unk.
There's something that I wanted to mention on how you said like duos is going to be exceptionally sweaty. 100% it's going to be the sweatier game mode, number one, because you're going to have pre-mades of like god gamer PvPers teaming up together and just murdering people that are just like playing normally. But more than that, the end game, the death match, assuming you get the PvP death match and not the PvE one, is balanced, unlike solos, which is asymmetrical, right? 1v1v1, you can get 2v1'd constantly. It happens. In 2v2, it's completely balanced technically, unless obviously there's different characters and kins and stuff. It's not entirely balanced, but you know what I mean. It's completely
2v2.
symmetrical.
Yeah, you don't have the randomization
that will be
1v1v1.
That will be sweatier by nature.
So
I'm looking forward to it. I think that's going to be the thing I'm most anticipating is let's go bully some people today.
I think it'll be fun. Yeah.
The ranked mode, is that going to be like duos as well? Or is it just like ranked as just the standard play that we had during the network test?
That is something I don't know, but let's be honest, there's no way they're not going to have
ranked
duos. They're going to put casual duos and not put ranked duos. Yeah. It would be a huge miss. Yeah.
I would have expected that as well. Let's talk about the Bloodsworn. So how are we feeling on the Bloodsworns? Let's start with Cowboy.
On all, just go down the list, you think?
Yeah, just go down the list and then say which. There are 2 things that I want to get out of this, which is which one is the one you like the most. You go down them, tell them how you like each one, but then which one you like the most and which one do you think is the most meta?
Do I have to pick?
Damn. I mean, because for me it's easy.
I'll say this. I have 3 that are in concurrent running as my main at the moment, and that would be Layla, Zork, and Senator Patrace. All three of them I like a lot. Zork and Layla, I like that they have a very strong PvE presence between the minigun and the rocket launcher. I think that's fantastic for just like, oh, I got to kill this boss real fast. I have a minute left on the clock. Boom, 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 boom. Fat damage, boss is down. I like that Layla has her reposition. That's nice for PvP. Zork's rocket is honestly insane for PvP when it connects, but it's also kind of easy to dodge. But it's also just immense mobility. You can cross a huge swathe of the map with that. At the same time, I think Senator is also really strong. I think he's stronger in PvP. You can avoid Saurian form, but if you grab somebody with Saurian form, it's basically a guaranteed kill. And then your blood spike is one of the best, I think, catching tools in the game, because you can hold that and then let it shoot out exactly when you want. So it's really good to catch people that are running and trying to get to safety to heal. Also, people don't, this is an advantage because of the visual fidelity of the Switch. I constantly would just send that out, and in the general like dark gloominess of the game, people wouldn't even see the shadow beneath them, and I would just pop them in the chest for like 600 damage or whatever. So that feels really strong. So those three would be my tops. I would say for meta, I think the most threatening character would probably be Layla, just because that sniper rifle is basically fucking hit scan, and you can do some dirty things with it from range. Like in a 3-way bout at the end, if there's a Layla, I'm focusing the Layla every time, because either you focus the Layla or she sits off screen and she snipes you both to death.
Yeah. How about you, Oru? Tell us how you feel about each of the Bloodsworns, your favorite one, and which do you think is the most meta?
Okay. Albert is awesome. I'll say right now he's my favorite. He's just John Duskbloods. He's awesome. He's very well balanced. But he's also maybe not well balanced because he's really, really good. He's super strong. His saber's super good moveset. It's really good for roll catching. His SMG is surprisingly good for finishing off opponents. Like, they really can't do shit. It feels like they're helpless. You just forward dash and shoot, and they're just like, they're done. You know, like, what can they do? They just die unless they block the bullets, which a lot of people don't. His blood blade's really strong. Really good for roll catching. After you like hit him in a combo, you'll do like 1-2 R1s and then just follow up with blood blade spam, and it'll usually catch people panic rolling backwards. And it combos into itself, because of course it does. He's just an overall insane character. And then in terms of like my other favorite, I would say I also like Patrez. I think he's really fun. I like his rapier moveset. It's super, super fast, super powerful. And the dinosaur catches people off guard constantly. It's so funny to just grab people and chomp them and chuck them off the edge. If they're like you're near a ledge in the arena, they take extra damage and they have to respawn. It's hilarious. Super powerful character. And for the most broken character, Zork, and it's not.
How
even
dare
close.
you?
He's no.
You
it's
think,
true.
You think Zork over Layla?
100%. Because hear me out. In a 1v1, Layla's not that good. Layla's really only shine in like a 2v1 scenario where she's like sniping you and every snipe stuns you. In a 1v1, you can just block her bullets and it's actually totally manageable to get in on her. It's a little annoying, but you can do it. And her weapon moveset is not super great. However, Zork, let me go over the list of what Zork has, okay? And again, this is a network test. Like they said, don't talk about like balance.
Team Zork. I love Zork, but I
love Zork as well, yes.
Listen, let me like disparage Zork for just a minute here.
Disparage our Zork.
Okay, he's got an undersea cable, right? It does a fuck ton of damage. It's unique in that it has hyper armor on the R1s. Not only that, but it has such a high status value that if you use lightning affinity, you are able to and like have like 1 lightning up buff, you're able to 3-hit combo people from the first hit. And I was doing that consistently. I would run up and I would boom, boom, and they would get stunned and then boom. And they take like, they're just dead. They're 1 hit left. And not only that, the spear gun is incredibly powerful. If you shoot it, it's good. But you can also charge it and let it go on a delayed hit. And if it hits somebody, it explodes after it detonates and it does even more fucking damage. And that's not all, okay? That's not all. When he kills people, he steals their HP He steals their
If
maximum
he
HP. Not
bites
only
them.
does he get more, yes,
If he
when he
bites
fucking
them.
bites them and he sucks them, which you do often because you do 7 million stagger damage.
He's
Yeah,
so
he-
salty, dude.
No, we're not even done. We're not even done. We're not even done with this orc. There's so much more. So he gets max HP when he sucks you, when he gives you the good suck. He steals yours until you kill him, which good luck, motherfucker, because he just got more health. And because of all this, the cherry on the cake is that he can parry for longer. He can hold his howl, so he has like a buckler parry window for some fucking unknown reason. And yeah, he's just totally broken. The only thing that isn't broken about him are his skills. On a good player, you know, no one's going to get hit by the human rocket or missiles, but human rocket does like 500 damage if you're not paying attention. So I don't know, man. Zork is a huge problem. He's so dumb. Oh, and his mobility on his human rocket. Like Cowboy was saying, he can fly across the map, dude. He can fly across the map. I got these forges that I knew the spawn points in like 5 seconds. I would just human rocket, and I would just stop on one and just pick that up on the little grocery shopping list. Yeah, he's totally broken. I'm sorry. That's all. Zork is dumb. I hate Zork.
As Cowboy says, all the flavors in the world. All the flavors. And you choose to be salty.
I'm so salty about Zork. And you know what? I didn't even lose to Zorks. I won most of my games. But when I played Zork,
that's my thing.
I was falling
most of the
asleep.
Zorks I've found I was killing. So it's hard for me to say Zork's OP when like I would, because I think, well, I don't know. I think, yeah, I agree his base moveset is very strong. Out of like the regular attack moveset, like doing running heavies with Zork is insane. It's like a natural roll catch. People will roll and then the lightning will proc on the heavy hit.
Oh yeah,
stun them. So that's really good. But I think it's hard for me to get behind him being OP just because anyone with a brain, like like for a perfect example, when we go down into final phase and people are like, I'm gonna Zork headbutt, I'm like, I'm gonna jump and dodge, I'm gonna jump and dodge, you look like a fucking clown, I'm gonna jump and dodge again, you know, and that's kind of like, all right, well, that was easy enough. And then, you know, I don't know, I think I lean into abilities. Like I look at Senator, for example, how both of his abilities, one of them is insane for PvP and the other kind of in the same boat as Rocket, whereas like you catch somebody off guard, it's going to fuck them up, but you're counting on somebody that's dumb to actually catch them with it.
Is what I've found with the Rocket is that you'll usually only get either players that are not particularly good at Souls PvP or players that were distracted with a bigger threat than you. That's usually how it goes. Every time I've been one-on-one with somebody who kind of knows what they're doing, I never land the rocket. I always, like Cowboy said, I always look like a clown, like shooting up into the air or shooting down, ramming against the wall or a tree or a minor trash bin that's in the way because that thing hits literally everything. Like, it's so easy to avoid the rocket, but when it hits you, yeah, it hurts like hell. But ultimately, I don't think he's that powerful. And the actual missile barrage, it's pretty much worthless unless you walk into a situation where like two people are fighting and you're like, oh, they don't see me. Here comes the big rockets coming down. Other than that, you're not catching anybody with that thing. It's strictly a PvE tool and you don't really do any PvP with it. My take on each of the characters, like you said, I think Albert is extremely powerful. One of the things you didn't mention is the sheer stagger damage that his Bloodblade thing does. It is crazy. Like, it was staggering me damn near like every 2 hits. If I get hit twice by that thing, I'm done. And it has a pretty good hitbox to catch you, even if you're trying to roll off of it or whatever. So I got stunned, staggered, and instantly bitten by Alberts multiple times just because of the Bloodblade alone. The gun is also really good. I still don't think he's the most meta. I think the most meta is likely Layla because it's just so easy to, like Cowboy said, hit scan with the gun. It's extremely deadly. Now, the Gatling gun is not going to do much in PvP unless you catch the other guy off guard.
I got a story about that in a second.
So the Gatling gun is whatever, but like I feel that just the gun is really, really good. And if you're like defending a relic site, I had this where I was defending a relic site and I was atop a tower and I was like, there's people fighting down there. Pull up my scope. Well, that's one kill for me. The other player is completely like, what just happened? I'm like, pap, that's another kill for me. It's just like taking people out in your sniper's nest while still having the pledge virtue from being on a relic site. It's crazy. But it's not going to work as well when people start understanding how that stuff works and where the relic spots are and whatnot. But in the beginning, it's absolutely gigabusted. So I think Layla might be the most powerful. Senator, kind of cool. He probably has the best melee moveset. Because rapiers are crazy.
Gnarly,
it's just
dude.
insane.
They're so strong. Yeah.
Rapier with iron upgrades is fucking just like, you don't get to fight back. Just stop trying.
Yeah. His command grab is really good. But the interesting thing that happened to me was I got command grabbed in the third phase and I was able to air jump and dash back into the platform before I died.
So no way, you survived.
Yeah, you can actually jump back if you just like start spamming jump and then, air dash in the direction of the arena. You can actually go back in depending on how much health you have. Like this means you also went into the final phase with a lot of virtue because that influences how much health you have in the end, I think, right? The more virtue you have, the more health. So if you have enough health to survive the grab, you're actually able to make it back to the arena, but it's not easy. You have to really be on the ball the second you get thrown. But yeah, I think that the Senator is really powerful. His other ability is also really good. The little blood spike that comes from the ground. Who else do we have besides Zork? There was the lady. I did not like that
Asian
much.
lady.
Yeah, the
Asian.
Asian.
There was a fucking meme. It's like choose your fighter. John Duskbloods, hot Asian woman, undead corpse senator. Zork.
So the Asian lady I didn't really gel with that much. I know that the snake is crazy good, but her other ability, you have to be really good to take advantage of it. Like I think you mentioned in your video, or that maybe you could use that to like snipe off a relic while people are fighting over it. Like that might be the best way of using that. But it's tricky. So her kit, I'm just not very good at dealing with her kit. It is cool though that she has the AoE blood sucking. So that basically you can get more enemies and maybe she can ramp up earlier, but I still kind of struggled with her. So I don't know too much about her. Who are the other ones? I talked about Albert, Layla, Asian lady, Senator.
Jan, Bloodhand.
John Bloodborne. I hate him. I did not like him at all. He's running around in his pajamas. I had a tough time landing most of his moves. I don't know. I'm not very good at that one. I don't know if he's good or not in terms of PvP. I didn't feel like he was that hard to deal with.
I think he's good. I think he's really good.
He might be.
I
think he's gonna be. Yeah. I think he's gonna be strongest in duos. So his Blood Unleash. You catch a player with Blood Unleash, they're fucked. And then Oro brought up a good point.
Attack, right?
Yeah, the one where it's like choo 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 choo, and you see the waves coming off. But the other big thing is I didn't consider this is how useful that is for killing kin. Like if somebody has Valentius or whatever up, you can just drop down from above with that, kill Valentius, and then he's not a problem anymore. And that's huge because kin can make or break a match.
Oh, like, absolutely.
So
we'll talk about kin after we go over the Bloodsworn. But anyways, finally, Zork, he's my favorite. He's the best. I love him, but I don't think he's the most competitive one because you do need to get the bites off, and I'm still not good enough at doing that. I'm not good at sucking. I'm not as good at sucking as you guys are.
He might have a higher skill ceiling, but I'm so confident that he's like totally broken.
I mean, he might be. He might be. I just think that his skills kind of suck because, like, I kept trying to land the missile barrage, and that thing is annoying as hell. There are times, by the way, is it just me or does this game have that thing that Dark Souls 2 had, where, like, say you're locked onto somebody, but you press right on the stick because you're moving right, and then suddenly you're attacking completely away from your target. And you're just like, why? Why would you do this? It does have that,
really
right?
Does. It's got the Dark Souls 2 lock on. Yeah,
that needs to be fucking fixed. I had a match where I was like trying to fight Layla, and it's like, you want to look at this guy? And I'm like, no, stop fucking. I'm trying to move. Stop toggling. Like,
yeah.
Anything I don't like, I just blame Nintendo. I'm like, it's Nintendo's fault.
Damn.
They just need,
FromSoft is faultless. This is Nintendo's fault.
no, we just need like an option in the settings that straight up says Dark Souls 2 style lock on, and we can just turn that off. It literally says
crazy.
the words Dark Souls 2 style lock on, and you're just like off. And you're like, good. Now we're happy. Now we can do things. And then whoever is the crazy person that wants to do Dark Souls lock on, they can still the Dark Souls 2 lock on, they can still do that if they want to.
Usually I'll not stand for Dark Souls 2 slander, but this one is understandable.
Exactly. See, not even you can defend that.
No, I can't.
So let's briefly touch up on the kin. So the kin is one of the most important things in Duskblood. For those of you that aren't aware, when you first jump into a match, one of the first things that you want to do is look for like one of these light pillars that shows up at the very beginning, because in there's going to be a summon that you can get to fight alongside you, and it's super important. I can't wait to see the people that they're the really hardcore Souls veterans gonna go, I don't want to use summon. It's like, okay, bro, have fun, good luck. Everybody else is. It's like, good luck.
This is not gonna be like that, dude.
You're not gonna have a good time.
Slander, the summon slander ain't gonna fly in Duskbloods.
No, it sure isn't.
You're gonna get your ass beat. You want to slander summons.
So basically, the way that
Miyazaki got tired of everyone talking shit and said, "I'm gonna make these bitches mandatory. You're gonna bring it, or you're gonna lose."
So the way that it goes is you're going to jump into a match, and that's literally the first. Would you guys say that it's literally the first thing you want to do is go get a kin?
Yeah, 100%. Because you're wasting
Yeah.
time if you don't have one. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to go and find a kin, which is by these light pillars. You go there. There's like a portal type thing. You press a button, and a random kin comes out. Now, supposedly in the final version of the game, we're going to be able to control what kin comes out, and my guess is that you're going to get to choose 3 kin. So like for the 3 types, because there's blade, ring, and eye, right? If I'm not mistaken. Or sword, ring, and eye.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And then basically you will choose, okay, if I go to a sword portal, I want to get like Briar Katana Lady. If I go to an eye portal, I want to get Valentia's fat guy on a chariot. And if I go to one of the other ones, I want to get like Beatrice, Lady of the Pistols, or something like that. You'll be able to choose, I think, based on which portal you're accessing, and then you will know which one you're getting based on where you go. But ideally, you want to go in there, very beginning of the match, get yourself a kin, because that's a partner that's going to help you kill stuff so that you can level up faster. It's going to help you deal with other players. And they're actually reasonably competent at doing their stuff, but they're also targetable, and the other players can kill them. Yep. So the one that I found to be the best one is likely Valentius. Not 100% sure. The gargoyle that heals you didn't seem too powerful.
Gargoyles. I would say just eye, because with eye you're getting either Valentius or gargoyle. I would argue those two are from what I experienced, those two were the best by far.
I agree. Gargoyle is definitely good. If you ignore her, then she can heal you through a blood suck, and usually blood suck equals death unless you're Zork. She can literally heal you in your iframes of getting murdered, and you can survive it just fine. You'll be full HP after it.
Yeah.
So you have to kill her. The fact that you have to kill someone's kin, you can't just choose to ignore it like a lot of others, that automatically makes her strong.
Yeah, I think that like the undead guy, whatever, that taunts and stuff, he's useful for PvE stuff, but for PvP, I think he's kind of worthless, no?
You mean Undead Marlowe?
Yeah, Marlowe.
He's very good in PvP.
Marlowe's
I actually
really
disagree.
fucking annoying, because this is funny. We actually had this exact scenario happening, and I had gargoyle, and I was like, I got gargoyle. This fight's gonna be over. Bro can't. We're down to the 1v1. I have basically infinite healing, and I didn't realize he had a Marlowe, and the Marlowe would just keep coming back and just dropping poison everywhere, and eventually it managed to poison me and the gargoyle, and then that on top of dude pressuring us, I couldn't keep up. I just could not stay alive. So Marlowe he's very annoying. Like when it comes down to the end, Marlowe is extremely annoying, but like out in the field, I don't think he is as powerful.
Yeah, I definitely felt like Valentius was like one of the better ones, simply because he takes up so much screen real estate. Even if it's just for him being annoying. He just gets in your face. It's just this fat guy on a chariot, just like taking up your whole screen. He's annoying as hell.
Yeah. My thing is he has a command grab. Anything that has a command grab is annoying.
I mean, he also has a full screen AoE like nihil attack that you can unlock with him, and it's so obnoxious.
Yeah. So Valentius definitely felt good. Gun Lady, which was the one that I was the most excited about because I like guns. I was like,
Oh, Beatrice.
I guess she's all right.
Yeah.
She can kind of like shoot people every now and then. That's about it. Doesn't really seem
That's
to do
how I
much
feel.
else. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel she was particularly impactful either.
Then you had Katana Lady. Katana Lady, I felt was okay, but again, nothing.
She does.
Like
She's a chaser though. Like she would chase
very
people
good.
down, and like people were trying to run. She's like, "You ain't fucking getting away from me." I'm like, she's the homie that you bring with you in a battle royale that'll thirst after people, which is good if you want to play something a little more passive. Like if you are trying to be like, oh, I want to, you know, I'm trying to sit back and play Layla. Having something like the Blade Lady is monumental, honestly, just because you have somebody that's like, my job is to get in and fuck them up. You can run around and just do your thing.
Wouldn't Valentius be better for Layla?
So Valentius is good, and he can serve as like distraction. So I think he also works well for Layla. But I think because Layla is like, I want to play in the back, I also think having somebody that you know, a character whose whole thing is they are going to be in the enemy's face. I think that's equally as good. I think either of them would be good.
I agree.
So considering that we were talking about chasing people down, how are we feeling about the overall crazy amount of mobility that they're giving the players in this particular game, which I think is absolutely insane? Let's start with Oru.
So
Wait, real fast. Are you calling him Oru?
I mispronounced it once. I've been saying Oru the whole time, and now I said Oru. Okay?
Oru.
he's got an accent, you know, it's fine.
I'm Portuguese. Like, what do you mean? Stop ganging up on me.
That's crazy mean, cowboy.
You know what it
Listen.
is? He's upset because the Portuguese kill team beat the American kill team as best newcomers at WTC. Yeah. Now you're mad.
Why would I care? Why would I care about this?
Joking. Otto, go ahead.
All right. So yeah, so I think the quadra jumps, forward dash, and like general like mobility of the characters makes for a really fun game. But in PvP, it can definitely feel like a little messy, maybe a little annoying if somebody's like constantly jump spamming. It's definitely hard to hit them in the air, even with like the air dash having like some tracking, right? Like I definitely found some difficulties like catching people that were like tricky with their jumps, because you know you can delay it and then jump and then, you know, act like you're falling and then jump again and then forward dash. So it was just like it's really awesome. I like the verticality of this game. I like how you can traverse the map with it. But in terms of a pure PvP perspective, it's a little annoying. I think that's my final take on that. Is it's annoying. But if you are caught in the air, you get this like super cool like 3-hit combo. Like if you do like a light attack in the air, instead of a normal 2-hit, you can do a 3-hit, and it like looks like a Tekken juggle. It's amazing. It's so fun. But it's just so hard to land. I feel like they need to make that maybe a little easier, and maybe make the air to air like somehow favor the one on the ground. I don't really know how they can manage that, like sort of like Street Fighter anti-air moment.
I think that the one thing that kind of keeps it a little bit grounded is the fact that in order to heal, you need to be in the ground. You can't heal in the air. So that kind of helps with that. But at the same time, I feel it gets really chaotic. Where do you land on this, Cowboy?
I'm kind of in agreement on the pure chaos of it. Like there are some fights where it's like you're just basically taking turns hopping around waiting to see who's going to be able to actually catch first. And I do think this is where character skills come in, because like I said, Senator, like the blood spike is one of the best fucking things to catch people if they are spamming jumps, because eventually they're going to land. And if you prime up, like I would just stand there and watch people and they're fucking hopping around, and I'm just holding the blood spike and it's like floating under them, waiting to just rip up and tear right through them. And so times like that, it's like, yeah, keep hopping around, you're fucked. The second you land, you're fucked. Or I've timed it to where you know, as people are landing, like I am queuing up my my Saurian form when I see the third jump come out, like I know that they only have one jump left, they're going to have to land, and I'm like, I'm gonna grab you the second you land. So I think the biggest thing, honestly, is that we are not used to this. You know, just that mobility in a FromSoft game. That's new. That's completely new. And so I think it's just us adjusting to that as players. I think the more that time goes on and the more we play, the more people are going to learn to be like, oh, you know, like essentially how you know, if you think about it over time, how roll catching became a standard thing in Souls PvP, jump catching is also going to become a thing. People are going to get really good to the point where you're going to get caught mid jump and you're going to get fucked up. Like, I guarantee it.
I think you're probably right there. Yeah.
I think that the biggest question then becomes, do you think it just adds more chaos, or does it increase the skill ceiling when it comes to the PvP aspect of it?
I think it's a little chaotic, the jumping, in my opinion.
For now it's chaos, but I think over time this would go to where it's more skill based. I mean, it's like anything else. Well, a perfect example, you know, me and Oro had a match where we faced off, we killed the dude, and it came down to us, and he managed to hit a setup parry on me. That's a skill. Understanding the timing to pull off a setup parry, like the block into the instant parry. You know, it's a PvP knowledge, because you're assuming that the player you're fighting is going to go for 2 back-to-back R1s, and then it's having the execution. I think it's going to be the same thing, learning, okay, like, all right, that's the 4th jump they're about to land. I'm queuing this up. I'm hitting them as they land. Like right now it's chaos because it's new, but you know, I think all of this stuff, I think we are going to see very specific play styles that develop and become like known with this game.
So
that's a fair take. Yeah.
Where do you guys land when it comes to the dynamic events that we can get? And I only was able to identify, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was able to identify 5 events. So there's the Blood Gala, where there's more of the little blood things that act kind of like crystal lizards and they power up your skills. There's the Ring the Bell, where you have to run up to the clock tower to ring the bell, and then you get like bonus, and I think you get an additional mission or something like that. That one's still a little bit confusing. There's the Storm, which is garbage and should be removed from the game. I can't friggin' stand it. And then there's the Blimp, which I never did anything with. And then there's the Stars, where you just nice. Pick up the fallen stars. So like, where do you guys land on the events, and how do you feel about each of these?
I like them all, to be honest. Oh, except for the lightning one. I agree. The lightning one sucks.
The storm sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, the storm sucks. Because, well, the thing that really pisses me off with the storm is I feel like that shit was always happening, right? Like, you would be fighting a boss, the boss is about to die, and it's like, time to change positions, and you're like, you mother.
Yeah.
Because you know somebody else gets that kill for free now. Like, you're getting teleported into a boss that's at 10% health remaining, and you're like, oh, free event you. I fucking hate that because the game is forcing some, like, you know, knowing it's the storm, I'm like, I just want to sit with my character in like a porta potty just to fuck somebody else over when we're forced to swap places. So I don't like that. The airship is honestly insane. I started using that. I would specifically fight world bosses, and I'd call on the airship, and it just drops like a volley of missiles down on them and chunks them for like 1/5 of their fucking health. Airship is
I'm sorry, but like, you get, how does the ship work? Yeah.
Everyone gets an item. And then as long as you're like within a certain range, I believe, or maybe it's just being outside, you use that item, and you're basically like radioing in a request for air support. And when you do this, you'll just hear like, request confirmed. And then all of a sudden you just see fire raining down from the sky on whatever was like in front of you that had targeted. So it's very good for, like, if there's a ton of trash on the screen, you can drop it and just kill mass swathes of trash to help rank up the what was that commendation for killing shit. But anyway, you can use it for that. Yeah, Bloodfang. You can use it to rank up kills for Bloodfang. You can use it to help kill bosses easier, so that's really good. The meteorites, or the stones that fall, I like those. That just promotes more PvP. Hey, here's a hotspot. Get over to this hotspot and you're going to get a goodie. Like, that's good in my book. That's always good. And then similarly, I like the clock tower, because the clock tower, it's going to promote a play style that, you know, hey, first person here is going to get something good.
But everybody can get it, I think.
Yeah, but it lessens. So like the first person that gets there is going to get like 10 virtue from it, and then it's going to go down to like, I don't know the exact drop, but it's like a first person's 10, next person's 7, next person's 3, and then beyond that is 1. But so, you know, you're going to get there, you're going to get fat virtue for being the first person, and then typically I would just wait for people to show up and then I would kill them. So I'm like, you know, I'm double dipping. I'm like, I'm first and now I'm going to beat your ass.
Where do you land on these events, Soto?
So a lot of them are, you know, like Cowboy said, they're really fun. I enjoy them. But yeah, the nearly storm is ass. It's terrible. It needs to be reworked entirely. Switching places with people like randomly and then having to just teleport back to what you were doing. It's a total waste of time for everyone. It is not fun. It is terrible. It needs to be totally just, yeah, it's bad. Bloodsack Gala was fun. The Airship one was fun, but like only being able to call like the transmitter once per match and then...
Well, no, you can do it more. There's a timer on it.
There's a cooldown. Okay, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Oh, I would
never
pop
mind.
It. I would summon up like the dog or whatever, like the equivalent of like a low tier Night Rain boss. I would drop it out, and then usually close to the end of the round, it was back up.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Damn.
So that changes a lot, but I will say my experience with the transmitter was not as good as Cowboys. I summoned like Lady of the Bog, which is like the biggest, fattest boss in this entire game,
Frog
and
with
I
tits.
was like. Yeah, exactly. Big titty frog GF. And I was like, you know, airstrike inbound, AC 130. And then it like totally missed her and did no damage. And I was like, wow, that was fucking useless. And then I just like ran away because I was like, yeah, I ain't fighting this without an airstrike. Like, fuck that. So that event's fun. I did like the lion, prowling lion. What else is there? The star fragments are my favorite. The star fragments are my favorite, dude. Just like going and holding them, trying to hold them for the whole match are really good. I think only having, I think it's 10 for your first star fragment and then 5 for the second one is like a little low. Like 15 for people wanting to murder you for the entire match feels a little low.
Can you pick up both?
Yeah, you can pick up all of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I usually just stacked them. I grabbed every single one because people ignored them. But then, yeah, I was a huge target. Everybody saw, ooh, he's got the goodies. And they like ganked up on me like constantly. And I was like, oh no. And then there's one more I'm missing.
Ringing the bell.
Ringing the bell. I think the bell one is fun, but at the same time, there's a spawn right next to the clock tower. And that person always gets first. So I think they need to like, if they do that event, they need to evenly spread out the spawns. Because, yeah, if you spawn next to the clock tower, you're just like, oh, hey, I get free 10 virtue at the top. Hell yeah, I get the most max buff. Like, later losers, you know, and there's literally nothing anyone can do.
While we're talking about virtue, what's the highest you guys have gone on virtue?
Like
169.
170s, 100 and...
You got 170? What the?
Well, it was a co-op one. It was a co-op match.
That's cheating.
I'd have to check. Hang on, I put it on Twitter. Let me
I was
broke
sitting...
NDA? That's crazy.
Can't do that. I was sitting here thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna be able to flex. I got 130 that one time. Never mind.
Oh no.
Never mind.
130 is still really good. 130 is still really good.
You're like, don't worry, Marie. You're still special. It's still good. It's okay. Like patting me on the head. Like, oh, you're so cute, but you're 130 virtue. Look at you.
Legitimately, for the amount you played, that's extremely impressive.
It was one time where everything just like went my way and I was just like, oh man, this is great. I got like all the candles. I got my virtue thing, got to kill like 3 people next to it. This is amazing. I'm doing all the things.
That's it, dude.
Yeah.
That's a dream.
It was just one match where that happened.
Media. They changed how Twitter works and it's not showing like media anymore.
It has believe you. It has media and then it has like video and then it has
100 and it was 166, but that was a co-op.
Oro's still reigning supreme at 169. Ew.
Nice. Yeah, it was a good round.
where are you guys landing on the overall complexity of the game? And the reason I ask this question is because a game like this is going to need fresh blood coming in all the time so that they can keep working on new content. And I was thinking about this a lot, and I'm like, I think that this is way too complex for your average player to just jump into, because you have to think about EXP, weapon upgrades, virtue, keeping up with all that while also fighting other players and whatnot. I guess we'll start with Oru. So how do you feel about the overall complexity? Do you think it's something that they can keep supporting for a long time?
Well, number one, I know FromSoft, and you keep on saying like, you know, content and supporting. I think this is just going to be like all their other games where it's just like a full, yeah, it's a done deal package, and you buy it and it's a full game, no, you know, microtransactions or anything like that. There might be one big DLC with like a new map and 2 more characters, but that's, I just know FromSoft, that's all we're going to get with this game. So like, I don't think we're going to get like a sort of a live service thing going on. They already said it's not going to be live service. So that, to me, I would totally be down for a live service FromSoft game. I would be like, fucking give me updates forever, change this game up, give me content for the rest of my life. I would love that, but I don't think it's happening. However, in terms of like complexity, this game, yeah, I think the complexity is going to scare a lot of people away. But when you get down to it, when you like explain it to somebody, you know, all these types of virtue are like confusing as hell. You know, you got the pledge virtue and the sword virtue and the commendations and the, you know, all the bullshit. It's just where you got it from. The bigger number is all that matters, right? So just collecting virtue, collecting XP, just doing stuff. I think people are going to have fun with it, even if they don't exactly know what's going on. And I think it can be simplified. I think that's the bottom line. Yeah. Cowboy?
I honestly, I think it'll be fine. I think, like I said a little bit ago, if you really think about it, this shit's just, it's Mario Party stars. You know, we're getting, oh, you're the person that killed the most bad guys. Here's your virtue. You're the person that collected the most goodies. Here's your virtue. Hey, it's sword virtue time. You want to go fight? Okay, go fight. Get virtue. Like, it's a lot of information to take in initially, but once you start playing it's very common sense. Like, there's an event, there's a bell, you ring the bell, you get points. Hey, there's an event, these are shinies, go to the shiny place, kill players, you get points. Like, so I don't think it's going to be overwhelming at all. I mean, I know we're in a time where people have low attention spans, but like, if the idea of complete task get points is too advanced for people, then maybe they need to, you know,
get off of TikTok.
Yeah, get off of TikTok, yes. So I don't think it's going to be too bad. As for support, that one's trickier because, you know, like we said with Night Rain, like, you know, Night Rain had so much potential to be so much more, and, you know, on one hand, like, I have nearly 500 hours in Night Rain. So like, do I wish FromSoft did more with it? Yeah, of course I do. But like, you know, I don't feel like I think it's important to say, I don't feel like I was ripped off by Night Rain. I reject the narrative of like, they put out slop and then they dropped it. Like,
no, I
bro,
don't agree with
it's like 50 fucking hours or $50 and I got 500 hours out of it. Like, the only thing you're getting more time out of for less money is beating your dick. Okay. It is an insane value. And I expect I'll get the same out of Duskbloods. You know, whatever, however much it's going to be. That is one thing I'm curious. Are they going to price this in similar to Night Rain where it's like 50? Or are they going for the AAA 70-80 bracket? Regardless, I'm going to, yeah, I'm getting it regardless. I bought a fucking Switch 2 just to play the damn game. I'm going to play it regardless. I hope that we get updates with maps. I'm kind of in line with Oro. I wouldn't mind if FromSoft had more of a gas model, just because the quality they typically do. Like, I said it back with Night Rain, but like, if there was like, you know, yearly update and it's $10 and they drop a new map and a new Bloodsworn that you could buy, yeah, absolutely. I would fucking buy all of it, because they have a level of quality to their games. And there's, you know, anytime FromSoftware puts out something, it's something that I'm going to thoroughly enjoy. I'm going to play every aspect of it. And that's been the case for fucking forever now. And so, you know, that's the same case here. There's a consistency they have provided me with every experience they've given me, and you know, I'm just excited for another experience from them.
Yeah. The thing that the reason why I brought this up is because to me, kind of like the dream model for a game like this would actually be the same stuff that we got from like Hello Games and No Man's Sky. That'd be perfect. They just keep updating the game because there's constantly new players coming in and there's new players buying the game. So like, oh, I guess, you know, we've been making money, so we can keep adding more stuff to it because it just kind of makes sense. That's what I wanted to see, but I do think it's going to be maybe a little bit too complex for the average gamer. And the other thing is, it's also limited to only being on the Switch too. Like, I feel like this game would benefit so much from crossplay with PC and the other consoles and stuff like that. Like, what do you think, Oro?
Yeah, that's honestly the biggest downside for me is that, yeah, limited to the Switch 2 ecosystem is, it sucks. It sucks. I you know, like my Switch, but I would love for other people to get to experience this game. I hate exclusives, right? I want everybody to play my favorite game. So yeah, imagine this being on PC, on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, all having crossplay, all having just obviously Switch just working. That would be amazing, especially for a PvP game, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird that it's not, but
The thing that's so fucking weird to me about it though is like, so the half the appeal of the Switch is, hey, you can dock it, you can pick it up to go, but there's no fucking way I would play this in handheld. Just John Wi-Fi Warrior, let's go. Like, fuck no.
they even ask people not to.
Yeah, that's the other thing they do.
Yeah, if you're please play this docked and with an Ethernet connection, like please put it on a fucking platform that has Ethernet as its primary connectivity point.
Well, they're not gonna. Let me tell you that.
I know they're not gonna, but it's just like, what the fuck? Let's make a perpetually online multiplayer focused game on the least online multiplayer focused platform. I'm like, okay, I guess.
By the way, do we know if these are not dedicated servers, right? Like the match is being hosted by a player, I would assume, no?
I would assume it's dedicated servers.
It is not. It's peer-to-peer, 100%.
But if it's peer-to-peer, and if it's peer-to-peer, innately certain people are just going to have just fundamental you're just
like
fundamentally
an advantage. Yeah, it's possible.
It's always been the case in FromSoftware games. It's always been peer-to-peer. It's like the servers that you have are basically login servers and matchmaking servers. The actual match itself has always been hosted by players. I don't think there's a single FromSoftware game that doesn't do this.
There's not.
Yeah.
But I will say, just on that point, the netcode for this game is like another level. Like, it's so good. I play these games PvP for a living, FromSoft PvP in general for a living. So I am used to the laggy bullshit hits of like stuff like flying past you and you're like, well, I don't need to roll that. And then you get hit anyways. Like, that does not happen in this game. You can actually space attacks out. All your hits actually land. The game feels good. And I don't know if that's because of the exceptional regional matchmaking. I don't know if it's actually got they locked in with the netcode because it's a PvP based title, but it feels so much better than all the other games that they've put out in terms of netcode. So I think that's something to note.
I'd say it feels kind of similar to Bloodborne, to be honest.
How dare you?
Calling it how I see it.
Damn, harsh. That was going to actually be my next question, was like, how did you guys feel the netcode went in the network test? Because like, I know you played in the controlled environment. That one doesn't count.
It does not.
Yeah.
So on the network test, Cowboy, you're saying it's not that good. Tell us what the experience was like.
No, I mean, I think the overall netcode is fine. I think the general feel of the PvP with like the people dashing around, you're looking for openings, that feels very Bloodborne to me.
Yeah, 100%, but it's, there's nothing to do with the netcode.
I would say in general, I don't know, I think netcode seemed fine. I don't think if there was like any Like, I didn't have any people getting fucking vacuum. I wasn't vacuumed into backstabs at all, so that's an improvement over most FromSoft
There are no
experiences.
backstabs though.
Yeah, I'm assuming he means vacuum into like the suckiness.
Yeah,
into hits.
sucks.
Yeah, okay. Or like a grab. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about the performance? Where did we land on performance? Let's start with you, Cowboy. That face tells you everything. The face that tells a million stories.
I mean, no. Well, I'll say this. Well, given it is stuck as a Switch exclusive, I think the performance is acceptable, but you need to play it docked with 120 hertz mode off to get a level of image fidelity that I would consider passable for big 2026. And it is what it is. It's stuck to the Switch. I think it's so yeah. I think a good way to describe it would be their art direction is, as always, it's good. Image quality, graphical fidelity, I think it's passable, but it's definitely it looks dated. It absolutely looks dated. It looks, I hate when people are like, this looks like a PS3 game. It's not that bad, but this does visually. This looks like early. It doesn't look that much better than Bloodborne, to be honest. So like, it looks like early gen PS4.
Where do you land on it, Oro?
So in terms of graphic fidelity, I agree with Cowboy. Like 1080p, it looks a little rough in today's standards. And more so the frame rate. The frame rate being like on average 40 FPS, I feel like is just so unacceptable for modern gaming. I hate low frame rates. It drives me insane. This is going to be a Bloodborne situation all over again, where it's trapped to one console and you're never getting more than that until, people, super emulate it on PC eventually. That is depressing. I really hope there's a, frame rate performance option in the final game that turns it into Minecraft and lets me experience this game at 60 FPS. I would love that. Literally, I don't care about the graphics. Just let me have my 60 frames, especially in a PvP-based game where it actually sort of matters, right? So, I don't know, man. The 40 FPS drives me insane. But I disagree with Cowboy. I think the art style of the game does a lot of favors for it. It looks way better than Bloodborne, and I play a lot of Bloodborne. Just looking at the game, like from just looking at it, it looks incredible. It really does. And I think that's why it runs at 40 FPS. So I'd like them to have an option to tone it down.
So I would say this, we were going so fast in this game, kind of just running around. But like, if you were taking time to really just look around at the environments, I don't know, man. I feel like some of those environments did not hold up as well as they details on buildings and stuff, like outside of the big
there was some
cathedrals.
JPEG textures for sure.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about graphical fidelity here. Is I feel like I mean, like I said, they're working with what they can here. For the hardware limitations, I think it's okay. But looking at it, I was kind of like, this could be better.
I think one of the most important questions when it comes to performance on this title, and I guess I'll start by myself, is whether or not you feel it has affected your performance in a match. And I definitely feel like it had at times. Like, there were times where it went down to like 30 FPS. I'm like, oh, I can't turn the camera fast. And yeah, you can mess with camera settings and whatnot to kind of like make up for it and make it all better. But I still had situations like, damn, the frames really went down during this one section. I was trying to get this guy and he was just like jumping all over the place and I wasn't able to get him. And I think that's the biggest thing. Do you have any feedback on that, Oro?
I agree with you entirely. The same thing happened to me. I was in a cathedral with like 7,000 mobs. There was like 8 people chasing me, even though there's only 8 in the match, and one of them is me. Somehow that happened, and my frame rate was tanking, and I was turning my camera at like 2 miles per hour. I had the targeting issue, so I couldn't even aim at people. It was a nightmare. So I think they're really pushing the limits, but I do think it's impressive with what they've achieved with the graphics and how good it looks. Even at 40 FPS, I think it really does look good for the Switch 2 hardware specifically. But I want a 60 FPS mode. That's just how I am.
Cowboy?
We keep coming back to this. It's just I hate so much that this is locked to the Switch, bro. I hate so much. You know, the craziest thing, I had somebody try to argue in the comments already. They're like, well, it's really not that bad. It wouldn't look that much better on PC. I'm like, you're out of your fucking mind. You're out of here.
It wouldn't look that much better as some insane cope, bro.
Yeah. It's not like that 5090 is gonna make it look better or anything.
Of course not. Never.
But I mean, I'll say this: they've been working on it for a while. I think it's gonna be fine. I'll say this: as a product overall, I think the performance is definitely gonna be the weakest aspect of this game.
Yeah.
Like, for what we're getting, is it passable? Can we work with it? Yes, but compared to like everything else, it's just like, damn, y'all really fucking. You know, it's like buying a Bentley and then putting like a fucking Honda Civic engine inside of it.
I mean,
like, is it still gonna drive? Yeah. Is it gonna have the power it should? No. Is it gonna look pretty on the outside? Kind of.
There's a follow-up question I can make to this, which is, would you consider this to be one of the riskiest FromSoftware games that they've ever worked on, Cowboy? One of the riskiest ventures.
They got that fat Nintendo bag this time.
No, but that's what I mean. Ignore Nintendo. Just pretend FromSoftware is working this with like a third-party publisher or whatever. Like, let's say Bandai are the ones publishing it. Would you consider this to be one of their riskiest ventures?
I don't know. I would say no. I think that I think the game FromSoft has been around long enough where they have established a player base that wants PvP.
I mean, but
if they hadn't, this game wouldn't exist. And I think that's the only thing about this that I think is risky, is you have all the people that are like, who asked for this? We didn't want PvP.
The point is, like, what would be a game that you would consider that was a riskier investment that FromSoftware has done other than this? Because I think this might be their riskier one.
Demon Souls, honestly.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but Demon Souls is before they became, the monolithic.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to understand, for the longest time, like, FromSoftware was like, Armored Core was basically the sugar daddy. It was what was keeping FromSoftware alive, and then Demon Souls was still very much like a cult classic. I think with Dark Souls 1. Popularity was growing, and then Dark Souls 2, it started to become more of like this niche thing. Dark Souls 3, it grew more, and it wasn't until Elden Ring dropped that I think FromSoftware became like a recognized name up there in the same category as, like, say, Capcom or CD Projekt Red, where it's like they know what they're fucking doing. They are making games. So I mean, it's hard to say it's the riskiest venture because they've proven themselves time and time again by this point, and so they're pulling from the quality and the experience of all the games that have come before. So yeah, I mean, like, yeah, in the sense of we're looking at a PvP centric game that is console exclusive on a relatively new console. Yes, that is inherently risky from a just mathematical standpoint. Like, I had people that were like, mark my words, it's going to be the lowest concurrent player count FromSoftware game. And I'm like, oh, wow, who would have fucking thought it's going to have less people being on a single platform? Well, you're fucking smart. You should go to college, become a professor. Like, obviously it's going to... Like,
it's crazy mean. I love it.
But like, yeah, obviously it's not going to have the highest player count. But even then, I mean, there was just a thing that came out. Kitamura said that there were more people that applied to be part of the network test for this than fucking Night Rain.
Yeah, that surprised me. That shocked me. Actually,
that is surprising. Yeah. But
so I think it's going to do okay. I don't really see it as an inherent risk.
Yeah, but Oru, do you think that this is one of the riskier games that they've done?
1000% yes. I almost disagree with Cowboy. This is like, Everybody, if you just look at the comment sections, and it
Yes.
tells you everything you need to know. I've
True.
never had so much like the toxicity and the arguments and the decisiveness has never been so big for a FromSoftware title ever. You know, usually I don't have to moderate my chats or anything, and no one's saying, they're all being like, oh, I can't wait for the new LD ring. And this time it was like, I hate everything. I hate FromSoft. I hate you. You know, I was like, oh my God.
I would counter only to say that I think that's in general. I think being a variety channel, I have seen this same kind of energy on a much larger scale. It's happening with Halo. I had tons of people go, you didn't fucking Halo. Yeah, I know. With Gears, I had people, oh, this isn't the Gears I remember. Like, dude, just the general amount of bitching is at an all-time high. Like, if there was a bitch index on the stock market, I would be pouring everything into it. We are at an all-time high on people
tracker.
bitching and moaning. Yeah.
The bitch tracker.
$sign
totally-
bitch.
That's a bitch. Yeah. Yeah, the bitch
Stonks
tracker
go up.
is there.
Stongs. That's crazy, and
But
it's
see-
actually fucking true.
The thing is, the reason why I brought up this question is because, you know, we're all complaining about, oh, it's only on the Switch and whatnot. But I think that this is one of the things where Miyazaki's kind of like a bit of a genius. He goes like, okay, so I want to make this new game. I'm not sure if this is going to work out all that well. And I want to learn how to program in this console called the PlayStation 4. Guess I'll just get Sony to foot the bill for that, and they'll take all the risk. And they'll even give us engineers to help us program the damn thing appropriately for the console. This is fantastic. Great deal. Out comes Bloodborne. Then they're like, man, I really want to make a samurai game that's not going to work like all of the other games we've done before that our audience knows us for. Let's see. I'm going to get Activision to foot the bill for this one. Let's go. Sekiro comes out. And now with Duskbloods, they're like, I'm going to take the riskiest chance we've ever taken. I'm going to make a very niche PvP only game. Nintendo's looking to foot the bill for this one. Let's go. You guys are paying for it. It's like Miyazaki's like, I'll spend everybody's money but my own. He's a genius.
That's so fucked, but yeah, it's sort of
It
true.
is.
Huh?
It's true, though. That's what he's doing. He's like, yep, I'll spend everybody's money but my own. He's not going on any massive layoffs like a lot of developers are doing because he's not spending his own dime. Like, it's genius. It's not great for, you know, people that don't have a Switch 2 and they want to play Duskbloods, and it sucks. I agree. But like from, you know, financial stability standpoint, it's freaking genius. He's like, yep, you're paying for this. This is great. I don't have to use my own money. Fantastic. One more thing that I wanted to talk about that I forgot to bring up earlier, and Otto, you might be able to tell us this. Are we going to be able to do custom matches? I want to say I saw that in an interview or on your video.
That's
like
correct. Yeah,
private
you'll be able to host
matches?
private matches. You'll be able to host private matches. Yep.
Yes!
Yeah, that's a fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Because like that's kind of like one of the main reasons I want to jump into this, because I already know that once you put this game out there, like within a month, the meta is going to establish. Cowboy's going to publish all the routes because you know he's going to do that. And so everybody's going to be like, okay, we're doing Fighting Cowboy Route 1 for this match. Let's go. Everybody's going down, getting the candles. Everybody's doing the same thing. And it's going to get kind of like stale. Usually that's the way that it goes. Within like 1-2 months, the meta establishes whenever it's a big PvP game and stuff gets a little bit stale. And basically, if you're able to host private matches, I just be like, hey, Iron Breakers, everybody jump into the lobby. Let's go. Everybody's got the game. And it's just like 8 Iron Breakers in the lobby. We're all just like messing around. Nobody's really taking it that serious. I mean, there's going to be that one guy always that's like the Giga sweaty. Then we ban him. And then, you know, everybody's, we just ban him. Get rid of him.
Of course.
No, but I think that
I will be,
go ahead.
are we able to do like, so the tutorial, obviously we fight bots. Is that going to be a thing? Like, could you do,
Yes.
'cause I know everyone was saying like in theory, could somebody, if they're scared of PvP, just queue up at like, I just want to fight bots.
They can do that.
You can do that in
There's
the
an
final
offline
game.
mode. Yeah.
There's an offline
Was
mode?
this confirmed? Oh.
Yes, it's confirmed. They confirmed in the recent interview. Yeah.
We should have led with this information. Like, what the hell? I did not know that.
Yeah.
So wait.
He said it's going to be very bare bones, though. He's like, you're not going to be able to experience the full game, whatever that means, in this mode. It's going to be very bare bones. So it's probably just going to be like, bots, and that's it. And maybe you can't progress certain things against bots. Like, they won't let you.
I
you to play online.
I would say I would like that for trying out a new Bloodsworn for the first time. I like that idea, because then I can like really take time. Fuck it, like, because I even Night Rain, like before I played a character, I would take him to the what's it called, the test dummy. I would go to the test dummy, and I'm trying all the stuff out. Okay.
We also have a test dummy in this one, and you can change.
We do, but like after that, I still I wanted to. I mean, well, it's like Monster Hunter. Before I join a hunt with people, I want to try and solo it first, and it's the same concept with me playing a Bloodsworn. Like before I take this into a match, and I'm throwing down with people, I want to be in a scenario where I can really just kind of fine tune and test, and increase my overall comfort with this character.
Yeah. So this offline mode, straight up, you don't even need to log into the servers?
Apparently not. No, they said that Miyazaki said that he wanted something for players to do while the servers are offline. So you'll still be able to play the game while the servers are off entirely.
That's actually kind of cool, because it means that once, when inevitably the game is no longer supported, there's still a mode where you'll still be able to kind of like experience the game, which is actually really good for preservation. So that's nice. Yeah, I can appreciate that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had for the Duskbloods. Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add? Let's start with Oru.
I fucking love Duskbloods. That's it. Like, it's my game. It's so fucking fun. I'm gonna be that PvP sweat that you never invite to your matches, and you ban probably.
Yeah, I will ban you. It's that simple.
Yeah, that's understandable. Have a nice day.
You're gonna try to jump in on my stream, killing all of my viewers. We're not having that. We're banning you.
Oh no, the Iron Breakers. No,
Cowboy.
I'd be Zorkin.
Absolute cinema.
But earlier, I almost forgot. So we were talking about how you said the Gatling gun. You're like, yeah, I don't know how good that would be in PvP though. So I had this. We were playing last night just in a call together because we're both in network test, and I get this match, and it's like I'm Layla. There's a Zork, and then I don't remember what the third was, but so we ended up like taking out the third guy first. So it comes down to me and Zork. And he like does this thing, I dodge it. He does this thing, I dodge it. He does a fourth one, and I'm like, oh fuck. I did not think a fourth one was going to come. So I get hit by it. I guess it's a new player that didn't know what he was doing. So he hit me with it, but then he backed off. He didn't go for the bite or anything. And I'm like, okay, I can still pull this out. And then it's like test is coming to a close. I'm like, fuck it. I just pull out the Gatling gun and I just start shooting. And this guy like forgot how to air dodge. So he's like jump hopping, trying to escape the Gatling gun while Layla's just like, and he like, instead of going behind a pillar or anywhere, he just like runs around in a circle a bunch until he fucking dies. It was a full like 100-round fucking Gatling gun, and bro just took it out of the chest while trying to escape and died.
Like, no.
And I'm like, damn, that's gotta be so, because like it's
evil.
It is not hard to avoid that thing. It's not hard at all.
No, it's not. You just jump and dash and you're gone.
Yeah, to lose to the Gatling gun just killing you, I'm like, oh man, that's gonna feel
that's rough. That's rough. But that is going to be it. That is our take on the Duskbloods after all of us having played the network test. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, notification icon, all that jazz. There's going to be links to both Oroboro as well as Cowboy's channels in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.